Hey guys, I'm going to talk to you today about crossing checkpoints during quarantine. Please excuse this mask setup, but I'm doing this live, okay? We are in a country. We're in a country that's currently in a complete lockdown, okay guys? We're dealing with quarantine. We're dealing with nobody being allowed to be on the streets. We're in a tiny little town way up here in the mountains. So not a lot of people respect the quarantine, so that's why we're able to drive around on the streets. But I'm going to talk to you guys today as we get closer and closer to a bigger city. We're doing a little run right now to get some shop supplies, fill up the propane tank for my propane forge, stuff like that, so we can keep working, keep making the most effective edged weapons and self-defense tools in the world. But I'm going to tell you guys in this video how to cross borders illegally. I'm going to tell you how to get out of quarantines and how to escape the city. So stay tuned. Okay guys, we're heading up to a checkpoint right now. Ellos tienen que fumigar el carro.
A la entrada. Cuando ven.
Oh, okay. Gracias. It's one of the most important things that you can have for border crossing, for any kind of deal like that. If you're looking at really just having to do some movements under quarantine or under martial law, is a good set of binoculars. Now this set is nearly 20 years old, okay, but it's a great set of binoculars. It's a Minolta. It stays in one of my bug out bags. I've got binoculars in each of my individual bug out bags. But you can see behind me why it would be so important. And let me explain it to you really quickly. What I'm going to be doing up here is I'm going to be looking and I'm going to be studying a few things. Check out my Gray Man and my survival, escape, and evasion videos, but I'm going to be studying the people and the vehicles. And so if I go down into this town, what can I do to look the part? One thing that I've seen in areas where I'm at right now is that gang-controlled zones, they will drive around at night with the lights off on their vehicles. And that's how you can tell if there's a newcomer in your town. And there's certain zones here in this country where they're hot zones. And if you even drive into the neighborhood at night, they'll just start shooting at you because you have your lights on and you didn't know any better. So one of the reasons before I would enter that town, I'll get up on the hill and I'll look and I'll see what's going on. I'll look at the checkpoint. I'll look who they're letting by. If there's certain kind of badges that people are letting by, then I will look at the badges, and then maybe I'll even make one on Photoshop and print it out, and then just go down there and cross right through the checkpoint. Okay? But recon, guys, is number one, and you can't do recon. You can't fit the image. You can't be the Gray Man, and you can't cross through checkpoints if you don't know what you're crossing through. You can't cross borders if you don't do the recon and check and see what's on this side of the border, what's on the other side of the border, what's going on here. Okay, guys? Recon and binoculars.
Reconnaissance, research, and planning are probably the most important aspects of being in a situation of social unrest or martial law or a non-permissive environment that's large enough to encompass a town, county, or country, or even a global pandemic type situation like what we're dealing with right now. Those are the most important things that you can be wary of. Your skill set and your years of training and your education is what you're going to rely on, but your planning is going to greatly affect the outcome of the results of your successful exfil or infill, depending on how you want to look at it, or just moving around, guys. Okay, so what I use personally is Google Maps, and this is the Google Maps application right here in front of me. And some of the ways, I'll show you here in a second, an illegal border crossing between two different countries, and this is actually one that I've used before, so I'm going to be semi-careful about sharing the exact location of it, but I'll show you what to look for. So, and then I'll even discuss with you how you can yourself do an illegal border crossing like this if your life depends on it. So let's look here. What I'm looking at here, I have this sparsely populated area. I can tell that it's mountainous terrain. It's very green. Okay, this is all natural land here. Okay, there's some farmland and some very, very crude, okay, lots. I can tell that the trees have been cut down here. Now this is a border between two countries. I can tell that right here on the border there's nothing. Right on the border. So that's exactly what I'm looking for. There's a very, very small town. I can zoom in here on this town. And what I can see when I look at this town is that basically it's just corrugated tin shacks. So that's very good. That's very good. There's no name on this town. That's very good. Doesn't have a name on Google Maps. That's excellent. Okay, dirt road. Obviously it's going to be very rough terrain, so I'm either going to want to go on foot, on horseback, or if I have an extreme off-road vehicle. Okay, I can see that in here there's some challenges on the road. If I can't see the road completely and it doesn't look like it's got a lot of traffic, then there's going to be some challenges, but there is a road here, okay? It's obviously going to be very challenging, but people cross through here, so that means if I've got an extreme off-road vehicle that's more extreme than everybody else in the area, that I can pass it as well. But just because there's tire tracks doesn't mean you can go there. Okay, 90% of you guys are not going to be able to follow my tire tracks. And in the United States, there's way more specifically off-road capable vehicles than mine is. Mine's a bug out or expedition vehicle. If you're talking about specific off-road capabilities, there's guys with extreme rock crawlers that can go almost anywhere, you know, but they can't go very far. And they're definitely not being able to carry very much stuff. So, you know, it's a balance. Read up on my expedition vehicle if you want to know about how to prepare your vehicle. I've got a video up on preparing your vehicle. But guys, it's just kind of what we're looking at here. We're looking at this terrain, okay? We need to plot all this out ahead of time and map it all out. So I could do this on foot. Now, if I was going to go on foot, what would I want to do? Would I want to camouflage myself and wear a lot of camo? Maybe. I would want to bring a set of camouflage clothing if I needed to, but I would want it to be like something that maybe the locals would wear. Like I would want it to be like some old Realtree or something like that these guys may have found, you know, secondhand from the US. I wouldn't want it to be military camo. And then I could do my recon. I could walk up here, drive up here, whatever. There's a little pull off right here I can see. I can pull off over here and this pull off, and I can do some recon of this with binoculars like we talked about, and I can look and see what's going on up here. If I don't see any people, if I look very carefully and nobody's watching this area, then I'll obviously just continue up there and just drive right across. If I'm going on foot, if it's really bad and I have to go on foot, then I'll probably just want to wear something similar to what the locals would wear. This time right now, the fact that we can wear a mask is a huge help, because a lot of people can blend in different environments with this ability to wear a mask, okay? If you're overseas and you don't look like the local populace, now you can wear the clothes of the normal populace, and you can wear a mask, sunglasses, and a hat that the normal populace might be wearing, and you can blend in. So it's a lot easier to be gray man during a pandemic, because it's not abnormal. You don't draw a lot of attention to yourself if you're wearing a mask. So that's a great thing. So, but this is all stuff to think about, guys. And the most important thing here, again, the most important thing here is going to be planning, okay? It's going to be being prepared. It's going to be having a plan, educating yourself, walking through this. If you're going with a friend or with a couple friends that you trust, people, family that you trust, talk through everything. Talk through possible scenarios. Have plans. Make sure everybody's on the same page. But I really appreciate you guys tuning in. This is really going to be a pretty awesome video, I think, and a lot of you guys have been requesting this video. There's more information on this type stuff in all of my Gray Man videos. I've got a Gray Man series, as well as my Survival, Escape, and Evasion series. I've got way more in-depth as far as going down and talking about how to camouflage yourself, how to make yourself look like a gray man. All of those videos are up here, guys. The ball's in your court. You have the ability. I'm giving you the possibility to educate yourself. I can lead you to the knowledge, guys, but I can't make you think. We are trying to build a strong community here. We're trying to build a community of survivors, of strong men helping other people, helping those of us in our community, becoming the pillars of our community, and you guys can do it. I have faith in you. I have faith that these hard times will cause us to band together and cause the strong of us to come forward, step up, and pick up the slack. Bone out.